Yes. So, welcome to Come Well to another doorway, another portal, another episode titled Am I as I am, most importantly, as you are. Today's just a brief thing I'm gonna do. I want to introduce to y'all. Oh, before I get into that, let me just thank my subconscious subscribers, still remaining subscribed and bringing on new subscribers, new path walkers, old souls, and much acknowledged and appreciated. First and foremost. Um, Today I'm actually beginning my second class of A.A.A.Y.A. The classes have begun, and you guys who are attending, you've seen how explosive the first class was. The second class, we're going deeper into the mind, into the Nessie, into the Unsi, into the Naus, into the Manas, which is nothing but the mind. Uh, This first course is based on metaphysical psychonomy, not really metaphysical psychology, but metaphysical psychonomy. Ology describes a thing as a whole. Onomy describes the little parts and pieces that function the thing to be expressed as the whole nature. So this is more why it's onomy rather than ology. So it's not metaphysical psychology, it's metaphysical psychonomy. This is the first course that is has taken off last Sunday at 1 p.m. Today is another class, Sunday at 1 p.m. The first class was what is mind? What is the origins of mind? What is the history of mind? What is the ancestry of mind? Today's class is based on um, where the archetypes reside. So we're going deeper and deeper and deeper into the realms of mind to have a clear understanding and a firm grasp on this thing that we all possess. And to get a nice, clear understanding, a background, a backyard, as well as a front lawn. Because we are housed in this thing as this thing. Most importantly, as it. All this mind universe is mental. So that's what I want to let y'all know up first. Those who are also emailing me now for new members of A.A.A.Y.A. That's what the course is called. There's 3 courses. One is the first one I'm dealing with now. Each course is 2 months. And this is for graduation and certification in these 3 specific courses. The first course is metaphysical psychonomy, which is what I'm in the midst of now, which is what we are in the midst of now. The second course is occult biology, and the third course is biocosmology. The first course is metaphysical psychonomy. The second course is after that 2-month graduation and certification. The second course is occult biology, understanding the darkness and the dark spots, the dark matter, the dark energy of the human body, of the human abode. And the last and third course is biocosmology, to understand and see for yourself the universe, the bioverse of the inner verse. So, classes of A.A.A.Y.A. A.A.A.Y.A is A.A.A.Y.A. Acronyms. A.A.A.Y.A. This is what my classes and courses have been titled by the Spirit. They said, call it that or write it out. This is your gospel. This is what it is. And I looked at it and I'm saying, what does this shit even mean? And the Spirit said it means exactly what you say every time you are presenting your video. Am I as, the first A, the second A is as I am, and the A.Y.A at the end is as you are. So classes and courses of A.A.A.Y.A, which is how it's pronounced, I didn't even know it had a pronunciation until the spirit actually told me, no, this is not going just to be a title of your classes and courses. But this is also something to pronounce, something to speak into existence. So the classes of A.A.A.Y.A is the classes and courses of A.A.A.Y.A. Don't ask you what that means. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad it's spoken with a indigenous tongue, an ancestral tongue, which is speaking in our tongue, speaking in our language. But these are classes and courses of A.A.A.Y.A, and they have begun last week. Today, on the 13th, if I'm correct, of April, we are beginning the second class. And the second class is where the archetypes reside. And I'm going to show clearly today that they reside within the mind and what archetypes actually are. Okay, so I just wanted to speak on that at the moment. And what I really want to speak on basically today is a course which is kind of parallel to that, but it's slightly indifferent. It deals under the same banner of spirituality, the spiritual nature, and the mind, but it's talking about activity and application, immediate activity and application. And this course is called Unsi. And of course, you guys from class know that Unsi is Nessi. Nessi is Naos, Naos, Manas. Manas, all these words just mean mind. And this goes back tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of years ago. Literally 400,000, 500,000, and beyond. These pronunciations, Unsi meant mind. This is where you get the word gnosis. Like I broke it down to you guys in the first class. Gnosis, gnosi, manas, naus, nesi, unsi, or uns. And uns meant mind, just unsi. And unsi to them was known as the black egg, or the unknown birth, or the hidden birth. The birth of what? The birth of the mind. The idukade, to draw out, to appoint, to anoint, to call forth, to draw forth. It's well known that everybody doesn't have a mind, but has potential to access the spectrum of their mind, but doesn't necessarily become successful all the time, or may see glimpses of it, but not necessarily voluntarily participating in the functions and operandum of what we know as mind, which is unseen or mind. Okay. Today I'm just going to present a course called Unsi, and this is basically dealing with the elements and incantation, which is what you know as enchantment, or what you know or may know as spells. This is not nothing evil. This ain't nothing positive, good, bad. This has nothing to do with anything. Spell just means to spill over. But what is spilling over? A spell or a spill is that which spills over from that which is unseen into that which is seen. So from the unmanifest to the manifest, from the invisible to the visible. Okay, what we know as mind is something which is invisible, but we spill it over into the visible realm, which is what we call life, or having an experience, a physical human experience. So it's a spill. A spell is a spill. You're spilling over. How to cross over, how to spill over. So this is the incantation. Now, let me just break it down briefly of what this course is about. And for those who are interested to attend it, let me know. Email me, because this is a course and a book and its own entity on its own. It's creating itself so far through the doorway and conduit of my presence. It's coming through me. And there's a lot of other things that's coming through me, books and so on and so forth. And this is really specifically for the students or the members of A.A.A.Y.A, the classes and courses, those who have attended, those who are attending, and those who also people have contacted me that they are going to attend as well. But this is the spring course of metaphysical psychonomy. Okay. Um, but this, what I'm about to explain, is a course on its own. It's its own entity, and I'm just introducing this entity to you guys. All right. So this is called Unsi. It is elementation equals incantation. Elementation equals incantation. Sense graduation equals manifestation. What is this? This is basically utilizing the know-hows and how-tos. The know-how and how-to under the banner of principality, dealing with the principles of manipulation, transformation, conversion, cancellation, coexistence, and harmony in the midst of elements or elementals or elemental intelligence. All composed of elements. We're surrounded by elements, which is what you call the zodiac signs or the zodiacus, mother zodiacus, which is what you call seasons, weathers, things interplaying, interacting. These things are known as the elementals. The elementals, or the word element, means God emanation. Because El just means God, or the star, or the spark, or the synapse. Okay, element, which is God emanation, is cloaked for or stands for God projection or source emanation. That's what element means. El, God, emanation, or the eminent one. The eminent one. Source becomes eminence, becomes actually that which is intangible to that which expresses itself as the tangible. And you are just something in the middle. You have to learn your bridge techniques, apply your bridging methods to bridge these things for the spillover, for the crossover. That's all it's about, pretty much. This ain't no magic. Magic is just a word for that which seems like it's impossible to understand, impossible to grasp, but it's quite simple. If you are of the mind, if you're simple minded, if you're of the brain, what I'm saying to you right now seems crazy, insane, complex, and complicated. But if you are of the mind, which is what I teach in class and course, metaphysical psychonomy, occult biology, and biocosmology, these three courses of graduation and certification is explosive. You begin applying these methods during the very first course. The very first course, you begin applying this in your atmosphere. But going back to the point, this is what Unsi is about, the course Unsi. And this is specifically for the members of A.A.A.Y.A, for y'all. But others can also reach out as well, holding consultations, things of that nature, to see where you are at. Who and or what am I communicating with? To see the depths and dimension of where you are at on your path. And this will tell me how to interact with you and what to explain with you and what to share with you. Clearly. Okay, so elements, dealing with the elements, is nothing but God emanation. And God emanation, these things are, it is cloaked for or stands for God projection or source emanation. God projecting itself, source projection. It's basically the mind relationship between projector and projection. How do I, as the projector, the container, begin projecting the contents of this container successfully and have those specific energies and forces serve my path and my purpose? So it's about writing or being of the gospel. the true gospel. And gospel, once again, is just God's spell or God's spells. And how do we spell? We spell in letters. What are letters? Letters are sigils. What are sigils? Composed together. Sigils composed together create a symbol. And symbol or symbology or symbiosis is subconscious communication and subconscious language. I know it's a little wordy. You know I can get a little wordy, especially in class and all that, but I break it down simple. I have a Q&A after, and so on and so forth. We share notes, and we build. But for these YouTube channels or these YouTube videos, I go a few different directions. But as you guys can see, or those who held consultations with me and hold classes with me, you see it gets a lot more simple. My wording gets more and more simple and very clear to understand. And I become a whole different entity during private one-on-one engagement. My YouTube video engagement is different, totally different from my one-on-one engagement with you people. And plenty of people can vouch for that, and they know. So, we go through different emanations, God emanations, source emanations. So, symbols of the subconscious mind. So what does this mean? What am I doing? It means basically to compose and conduct subconscious navigation from crossover into crossed over. This is what incantation is. This is why incantation is elementation. You understand? From being the projector to begin projecting immediately. Not over time and over this and over that, because there's no such thing as time when it comes to the spiritual realm and the solar aspect. It's an immediate thing. There's no time, space, or distance. It's immediate. Well, how do I do that? All you have to do is begin understanding. If you are simple-minded, if you're simple, then what I'm saying to you right now sounds like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It sounds simple. This is baby food for those who are of the unseen. The unseen, the mind, the Nessie, the black egg, the unknown birth. The unknown birth that you give birth to is the mind, is the unseen, which is what I explained in the first class. Okay, we share notes, we build, we interact, and this is actually creating a mind society, a society of a specific unseen. Okay, so this is what this course is about, what I'm explaining now, that's coming through me. Okay, it's talking to me, most importantly, it's talking through me. So it's actually just the gospel, the God spell, God spills, source spilling over, how to spill over, how to cross over. Okay. The zodiac or Mother Zodiac represents not only zoo types. Now this is about the zodiac. The zodiac or Mother Zodiac represents not only zoo types or animals, but is composed of elements. This reality is governed by elements, and your body or bone is composed of elements. So everything is about the elementals, or the elemental nature, or the elements. And I said there's always 6 elements. It's not 4 elements primarily. There are 6 elements. Time and ether, and then there's the 4 elements. But I'm mainly talking about the 4 elements. Just like you have 4 DNA codes, you have 4 DNA codes that have their own coding. You have your own unique DNA code. I think it's A, G, C, and T. A, G, C, and T. Thymine, I don't know. Well, I can't think of it. I know we all have 4 unique genetic codes that code themselves into different sequences within every individual. These 4 codes, A, G, C, and T, is also symbolic of fire, earth, air, and water. A, G, C, T, A, G, C, T, fire, earth, air, water. So the elementals are actually the DNA codings. This is why you get ancient scriptures talking about the codex, the ancient codex, code X. You are code X, or the X code, or the unknown code, or the code which is unknown. But I'm taking what is unknown and I'm making it known to you. I'm helping you understand what your knownness is. And once you understand, you begin to apply. Once you apply, you see the results. And what this does is it builds your spiritual courage and enhances your spiritual confidence. You become convinced. You are the walking example. You are the walking truth. Become that. This is with classes and courses, as well as with this course on its own called Unseen. If you are interested in Unseen and taking the class and course, get in touch with me immediately by email. It is creating itself and it's using me as a conduit of its own creation. It is very, very powerful. It's very simple. If you are of the mind, if you are of the Unseen, NSI, Unseen. So, the zodiac or Mother Zodiac represents not only zoo types or animal types, but it is also composed of elements. This is why you have 4 signs are air, 4 signs are earth, 4 signs are water. Or you have 3 signs with each element, which makes up the 12. 3 signs of fire, 3 signs of earth, 3 signs of air, 3 signs of water. So these are not only just zodiac, these are elementals, seasons, weathers, interactions, interplay, manipulation, orchestration, transformation, conversion. Understanding these components get to mishmash your own unique formula. This is what this understanding is about, all about, what Unseen is about. So, the specific goal of this course, Unseen, is to begin to understand the relationship between the elements and the communication between the elements and the interaction between the elements in order for you to begin divine orchestration, which is to begin orchestrating them in an orderly manner from unmanifested intention into manifested intention, from invisibility into visibility, from doubt into absoluteness, from understanding to immediate application and guaranteed results. Guaranteed results. And this has plenty of activities. I have plenty of activities for you guys to begin applying right after the Zoom session that gets held, because this course, these instructions, these activities that you begin to apply, you have to first attend a Zoom session, because this has to be thoroughly explained to you before you begin applying them. You begin applying them, you see things actually happening in your immediate space, your home, your environment, and so on and so forth, and elsewhere. You're going to see this happening everywhere, anywhere, every time, anytime that you apply the interaction between the energies, forces, and elements. That you can begin objectively or objectively or subjectively. But this basically is about the subjective nature, which is nothing but principle or principality, to understand you doing it from the mind. If you want to play with objects, sage, whatever glass, sticks, candles, that's objectivity. But we're understanding this from subjectivity, from a subjective nature, from an invisible nature. If you choose to make it visible, that's on you. But there's activities in there that deal with objects or objectivity. But you're getting a primary understanding from a subjective understanding. And you can turn that subjective understanding into an objective activity. The same results are going to happen. The same results happen. That's also known as the spillover or the crossover, the spill, the spell, the spell, the spill, the incantation, the enchantment, the ritual. Because writ means the right. You're giving it the right to pass over, to cross over, to spill over. That's what ritual is. The right tool. Ritual means to have the right tool. What is the right tool? Unsi. Unsi is the right tool to begin the ritual. You give the right to use the tool to conduct the ritual, whatever ritual you want, whatever ritual you choose to hold in that moment, for whatever reason, in that space, in that place between time and space, where there is no time and no space, no distance. It's immediate, right away, right now. That's how it happens and occurs and appears. If I had a camera with me walking, doing what I'm doing, driving, whatever I'm doing, and if it was recording things that are happening everywhere and anywhere, then I wouldn't have to hold this video. I wouldn't have to record this video. You would get that shit straight up, straight to the point, clearly. Clearly. You would just see it for yourself. And there won't be no special effects or graphics, none of that nonsense. This is reality. We are the invisible. We are the mind people. We are the unseen. Remember before I told you another video, we come from telepathic people, a telepathic lineage, and a telekinetic lineage. Telepathy, we spoke through mind, through click tongue. We spoke through mind. We sent signals, sigils, symbols. I didn't have to tell you what I seen. I just sent it to you. And you understood what I seen or what I experienced or where I came from. So we're used to sending imagery, symbols, sigils on how we communicate. We used to just say, hey, this is what I said. For example, and you would say, oh yeah, wow, that's interesting. Because this is what I said. This is how we talk. We talk through symbols. There was no words and letters. There was just sigils and symbols and lines and shapes and colors and certain markings and carvings on things. That's how we talked. Like a word, because I just ran past him and he said this. So then when he said that, I said this. You understand? Symbology, subconscious lingo. This is where we come from. This is where we derive from. This is our primary point of origin. This is our nature, our netter, our nature. This is what we are. Truly. I don't know what the hell we become, but this is what we truly are. And if you want to rewind back to that, then you need to be reminded of it. And I am a reminder. Like I said in my last video, I'm not a teacher. I'm a reminder. I don't teach, I remind. Like I was reminded. For 18, 17 years of so forth, this experience, I went through 17 to 18 years of remindings to remind of not who I am, because who I am is right here on this video. There is no who per se, there's just a what I am. And I'm here to show you or remind you of what you are. Okay? So like I said before, 4 DNA codes, this means 4 elementals. These are the things, and these 4 elementals or DNA codes, the 4 DNA codes and the 4 elementals are synonymous to each other. They are just basically things waiting for your command and at your disposal. You are the magician of your own realities and your own experiences. The question is, are you living by chance or are you living by choice? Are things just happening out of nowhere, or are you making it occur and appear out of somewhere? That's the only difference. That's the only thing to understand. Are things just happening out of nowhere, or are you making it appear and occur out of somewhere? You just don't know where that somewhere is. And if I show you where that somewhere is, then you're going to make things happen by choice rather than just walking through life and things happening by chance. Why not make it happen by choice? See, and these things are also connected to what is known as the 7 Hermetic laws, or the laws of Hermeticism, one of them being the laws of correspondence. Do you know that you correspond with things internally and externally? I'm connected to the tree outside my house. That tree outside my house is connected to the leaf on the next zip code. The leaf in the next zip code is connected to the next blade of grass in the next county. The laws of correspondence. Everything is connected. There's no such thing as separation. Internal correspondence, external correspondence. External correspondence, internal correspondence. There's no separation. Only elevation. It's time to elevate. So that's all it is, basically. That's all Unsee is about. It comes with a booklet of tens or hundreds of activities to begin applying as soon as our Zoom session ends, because you're going to have a more clearer understanding of things, of the relationship and communication between the intelligences of the elementals. And I'm doing this shit every day, every moment, right before I turn this video on. And when I shut this video off, I'm going to begin applying it, just as I'm going to continue applying it. I don't share nothing on my videos that I don't do to myself or for myself or around myself. Once I see that it works, then I share what works with you. That's how this goes. I don't just talk and say things just to say things. I don't share a damn thing until I see a result from what I experiment with. I am my own test dummy. You have to begin becoming your own test dummy. Be your own test dummy. Be your own lab experiment. Your own life experiment. You have 2 different types of scientists. Those who experiment on others to get a result, and those who experiment on their self and feel and become the results. I am the scientist that experiments on his self. I experiment on myself because I don't believe shit. I don't believe nothing. I'm not here to believe a damn thing. I'm here to convince myself. You convince yourself through the means or through the medium of your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the thing that you become, is the hallway of how you convince yourself of your true magic, of your true Heka. Claim your Heka by accessing your unseen. Okay? That's all Unsi is about, and that's all my classes and courses of A.A.A.Y.A is about. That's all it's about. Understanding your mind, accessing your mind, applying your mind. Unsi is all about understanding, activity, application, results. Period. What we have once done can be done once again. Am I as I am, most importantly as you are? A.A.A.Y.A. I will see you in class. Those who aren't yet signed up, you still have time to sign up for the spring semester. Get in touch with my email immediately, and I will send you all the info and the requirements on what is needed to attend. But the requirement just means an open mind. It's the only requirement. Willing and able to listen and then apply. Am I as I am, as you are? I'll see you next time. Till then, keep studying, keep experiencing, keep applying. A.A.A.Y.A. One.